He saved her life, and never asked for anything. But life had a plan. Years later, his son stood up to injustice. And the truth no one expected came to light. It started on a rainy Tuesday evening. Mr. Wallace, CEO of one of the most powerful tech corporations in the country, was rushing home from the airport with his daughter, Sarah, asleep in the backseat. The storm was brutal, and visibility was low. As he turned onto the highway, headlights blinded him. Another car spun out of control, colliding with theirs. The impact was brutal. Smoke, screams, fire. Wallace tried to open his door, but it was jammed. Sarah was unconscious. Flames started licking the sides of the car. And then, out of nowhere, a man appeared. A taxi had stopped on the shoulder. The driver, an older black man, sprinted through the rain, yanked the doors open, and pulled Sarah out just seconds before the car exploded. He didn't hesitate. He didn't even ask their names. Wallace tried to offer him money. A lot of it. But the man simply smiled and said, "Some things you don't do for money. Sir, I'm just glad she's safe." He got back in his cab and disappeared into the rain. 2 years later, Wallace still remembered that man's face. At Wallace Corp, a young software engineer named Marcus was quietly making waves. Brilliant, dedicated, always the first in, last out. But he had a problem. His boss, Mr. Reed, head of Marcus's division, made no secret of his bias. He belittled Marcus in meetings, erased his name from reports, and once said aloud, "You should be grateful you're even in this room." Marcus never fought back. He remembered his father's words. Let your work speak. Integrity always finds its way. One day, Wallace attended a product demo. Marcus's design, a security core to protect user data, blew everyone away. But Reed tried to take credit. Until Marcus calmly stood and said, "Sir, if I may, that module was built by me. I just thought the company deserved the truth." The room went silent. Wallace stared at Marcus. Something about him. Later that night, Wallace looked through an old photo on his desk. The face of the man who saved his daughter, those same eyes. That same calm. He called Marcus into his office. "Your father was a taxi driver?" "Yes, sir." "Did he ever mention rescuing anyone from a car crash?" Marcus paused. "He doesn't talk about it much. He just said, he did what was right." Wallace's voice softened. "That man saved my daughter's life. I've looked for him for 2 years. He wouldn't even give me his name. But now, I know who he was." 1 week later, Marcus walked into work. There was a new name on the company board. Marcus Ellis, Deputy Director, R&D Division. Reed, transferred. Silently. The office buzzed with whispers. Marcus said nothing. He just worked harder. But deep inside, he smiled. Not for the promotion, but for the lesson his father lived by. Do good. Expect nothing. The right people will see you when it matters most.